Do you ever stop to wonder where the materials in your everyday gadgets come from? In an age where technology is as ubiquitous as the air we breathe, the intricate web of production that brings these devices to our hands often remains unseen, unacknowledged. Let's take a moment to consider the objects we hold dear, those sleek, shiny devices that keep us connected, informed, and entertained. Smartphones, laptops, electric cars, they've become an integral part of our lives, haven't they? But have you ever stopped to consider the heart that beats within these devices, the element that powers their magic? That, dear listener, is cobalt, an unassuming metal. Cobalt may not be as familiar as gold or diamond, yet it plays a crucial role in our modern world. It is the lifeblood of rechargeable lithium-ion batteries, the kind that powers our mobile phones, laptops, and electric cars. Its unique chemical properties make it irreplaceable in the quest for energy efficiency and environmental sustainability. Yet behind the glossy screens and sleek metal bodies of our beloved devices lurks a reality that is far from shiny. The production of cobalt, like many precious resources, carries a heavy and often unseen burden. It's a story that takes us thousands of miles away from our comfortable lives, to a place where the quest for progress meets harsh reality. We're transported to the heart of Africa, to the Democratic Republic of Congo, a nation rich in natural resources yet plagued by poverty and conflict. Here, cobalt isn't just an element on the periodic table, but a means of survival, a reason for war, a symbol of exploitation. In the mines of Congo, the unseen reality of our digital age unfolds. It's a world far removed from the gleaming storefronts where the latest gadgets are displayed. It's a world where the hands that extract this valuable metal are often those of miners caught in a cycle of exploitation. You might be surprised to learn that the heart of your device, cobalt, has a dark origin. A sobering thought, isn't it? As we marvel at the latest technological advancements, let's not forget the unseen question. Let's not forget the price of our progress. Cobalt, a shiny, brittle element, is more than just a component in your devices. It's a crucial cog in the machine that drives our modern world. But what exactly is cobalt? It's a chemical element nestled between iron and nickel on the periodic table, with a blue-grey metallic luster that lends it its name, derived from the German word cobalt or goblin. Cobalt is a fascinating substance. It's not only ferromagnetic, capable of becoming magnetized, but it also retains its magnetic properties at extremely high temperatures. This makes cobalt an invaluable resource in a variety of industries, from aerospace to electronics. But the place where cobalt truly shines, where its importance is felt most keenly, is in the realm of renewable energy. Cobalt is the unsung hero in our quest for sustainable living. It's the heart of lithium-ion batteries, the very same ones that power our smartphones, laptops, and electric vehicles. It's the element that makes it possible for us to store and use energy in more efficient and environmentally friendly ways. In the West, cobalt is a key player in the Green Revolution. It's the driving force behind the shift away from fossil fuels towards renewable energy sources. It's the reason we can imagine a future where our cars run on electricity, our homes are powered by the sun, and our devices never run out of juice. But as our reliance on cobalt grows, so too does our demand for it. In the last decade alone, the need for cobalt has increased threefold, and it's expected to double again in the next 5 years. It's a race against the clock to mine more cobalt, to keep up with our insatiable hunger for power. Yet there's a shadow that looms large over our cobalt-fueled progress. It's the question of ethics, of human rights, of the true price we pay for our technological advancements. The demand for cobalt is immense, but at what cost? The high demand for cobalt has a heavy price, paid by some of the most vulnerable. In the heart of Africa, in the Republic of Congo, a tragedy unfolds daily, hidden from the world's gaze. It's a story of exploitation, of hardship, and of a childhood lost. It's a story of miners, some as young as 7 or 8, toiling away in treacherous cobalt mines, their small hands extracting the very substance that powers our modern world. These children, deprived of their basic rights, are thrust into a world of labor that's fraught with danger and devoid of the joys of childhood. They work in conditions that are not only perilous but also detrimental to their health. The mines are often makeshift, lacking even the most basic safety measures. Cave-ins are a constant threat, and the dust-filled air they breathe is laced with toxic substances, leading to a myriad of health issues. These children are not just mining cobalt, they're mining their own futures away. Each day spent in the mine is a day away from education, a chance to learn, to grow, to dream. They are robbed of their right to safety and a healthy environment, their young lives marred by the harsh realities of their circumstances. Yet this cobalt, mined under such harsh conditions, is a crucial component of the batteries that power our smartphones, laptops and electric cars. It's a bitter irony that the progress we celebrate, the technology we cherish, is built on the exploitation of these young lives. We must remember that progress is not just about technological advancement. It's about humanity, about ensuring that the progress of some doesn't come at the cost of others. The cobalt that powers our devices should not be stained with the sweat and tears of exploited children. In our quest for advancement, we must not forget the human cost, the young lives caught in the crossfire. We need to ensure that the price of progress doesn't become a burden too heavy for their small shoulders to bear. Because at the end of the day, these children pay the real price for our progress. But the cost doesn't end with exploited children, it fuels a war. The conflict over cobalt in the Congo is not just about economics, it's also about power and control. Cobalt, a critical component in our smartphones, laptops and electric cars, is a precious commodity that has sparked fierce battles in this part of the world. This isn't a war fought with tanks and fighter jets, it's a shadowy conflict, waged in the depths of the earth, in the tunnels of makeshift mines, where men, women and even children risk their lives daily. It's a battle for survival, for a chance to scrape up a meager living from the earth's bowels. But as with any war, there are also those who profit. Warlords and unscrupulous businessmen who exploit the desperation of the miners and the global demand for cobalt. They control the mines, impose brutal work conditions and reap the rewards, while the miners live in poverty. And what of the West, you might ask? Well, our demand for cobalt indirectly fuels this conflict. Every time we upgrade to the latest smartphone or purchase a new electric car, we increase the demand for this precious metal. The insatiable appetite for progress in the West has a direct impact on the ground in the Congo. It's a vicious cycle. The more cobalt we need, the harder the miners work, the richer the warlords become, and the more entrenched the conflict becomes. But just as we are part of the problem, we can also be part of the solution. By demanding transparency in the supply chain, by supporting initiatives that promote fair trade and sustainable mining, we can help break this cycle. Yet, it's not an easy task. It demands a shift in our mindset, a willingness to look beyond the glossy screens of our devices and see the true cost of progress. The shiny element of progress is stained with blood and tears. Now that you know the truth, what will you do about it? This isn't a rhetorical question, but a plea for action. We've seen the dark side, the hidden costs, the wars fought over cobalt, a precious mineral that powers our technology and progress. We've witnessed the exploitation of the innocent, the children of the Congo Republic in Africa, who shoulder the burden of our advancements. But knowledge, my friends, is only the first step. The next steps require action, your action. So how can you contribute to this cause? How can you help turn the tide in favor of these children who've been robbed of their childhoods and forced into a life they didn't choose? There are numerous ways you can do this. Firstly, raise awareness. Spread the word. Talk about it with your friends, family, colleagues and even strangers. Use your social media platforms to share this information. The more people know about this issue, the more pressure there will be on companies and governments to enforce responsible sourcing of cobalt. Secondly, offer your support to organizations that are on the front lines, battling to protect the rights of these children. Many non-governmental organizations are tirelessly working to end child labor in mining, provide education and create opportunities for these children to have a normal childhood. Your donations, volunteer work, or even just sharing their mission can make a significant impact. Lastly, Advocate for responsible sourcing. Encourage companies to ensure that their supply chains are free from child labor and exploitation. Write to your local representatives and demand accountability. Remember, every product you purchase is a vote for the kind of world you want to live in. The plight of these children may seem far removed from your daily life, but the truth is, we are all interconnected. The cobalt that powers your smartphones, laptops, and electric cars comes at a heavy price for these children. Your actions, no matter how small, can make a difference. Stand up for these children, for their future, and for a better world.